Kelsey has multiple disabilities, which include cerebral palsy, blindness, intellectual disabilities, and diseases of multiple body systems. Kelsey, who could complain, lives each day happy, full of faith, and concerned about others. This is Kelsey's 18-year journey, knocking on countless government doors and calling upon state directors, department staff, commissioners, legislators, federal advocates, and any state employee who would listen to us.
Hi, my name is Kelsey. I was born in California. My twin Kristen and I were very sick preemies. Kristen went back to heaven. I wanted to live because I loved my family. I love my mom. She is my best friend. She takes care of me and fights for me hard. I needed a bunch of surgeries. Our family moved a lot, but my mom learned about disabilities and state programs everywhere we lived. Even though I had disabilities, my mom said I was happy all the time.
Living with Kelsey has been a great experience, and see her smile no matter what comes her way.
I've worked with Kelsey for the last 10 years as her caregiver. I really enjoy my work with Kelsey. She's a very sweet, loving person. I can't imagine life without her. She's a huge blessing to everybody that she meets, and she is a real go-getter. She'll speak up for what she believes in, for what she wants.
I graduated high school in Kansas City, Missouri. The state sent me a letter telling me it was time to move away from my home and my family. I could choose to move into a rehabilitation center, group home, or ISL. They told me I had to move out of my home to use my Medicaid budget.
My name is Roberta, and I used to be a nurse at one of the facilities, state institutions here in Missouri. And one of the things that bothered me the most is we never saw the families of the majority of our patients. They had a woman that had difficulty in sleeping, and finally they let her go to sleep on the couch. There's no big deal. And one of the supervisors came in and yanked her up out of a deep sleep and made her go back and get in bed. And she was screaming, and she did not go to sleep the rest of the night because she said, "You don't let them go sleep on the couch." And they said, "Well, she doesn't sleep otherwise." And she said, "I don't care. That's your problem." But she was so mean to this patient. And Sharon said, "I don't think I can work here much longer." There was a man that came in over, and it was an excruciating pain. And his belly was all puffed up, and he was just, I couldn't get x-ray. It was on a Saturday, of course. Couldn't get x-ray, couldn't get EKG, couldn't get anybody to come in. He's going to die anyway, so what?
I asked my mom if she could help me. Mom said she needed to talk to other parents. So, Mom went to the state's parents' meeting and met other parents. They said the state wouldn't let their child live at home with their Medicaid waiver. One dad said he saw the state director picking up cash. This made me sad. I asked my mom, who should we talk to? So I asked my brother, and he said, tell James. So I asked my mom to take me to see James. I told James that I wanted to live at home with my Medicaid waiver. I also told James about the man who was stealing the money. James said we should tell the state people or justice. My mom asked me, do you want me to advocate with you? I said, yes. I don't want to move away from my family. I have lots of nieces and nephews. It is crazy when they come to visit. They all run around all over the place and jump on my bed. They make me happy. I have a big family. I was at my sister's wedding in this picture. I have 4 brothers and 3 sisters. I like it when they come and visit. I really like to visit my grandma and grandpa and my cousins. Grandpa went to heaven and is with my sister Kristen. I miss Grandpa and Kristen. Every year Medicaid tells me to write a plan. Every year I write my plan. I want to live at home and have my family and friends care for me. My plan says I'm good at baseball, because I am. I can hit the ball all the way over the fence. The state told my service coordinator to find out if I was dying. My coordinator said if I was dying, the state said I could live at home. Then, the state asked my doctors to write a lot of letters. The state asked if I was disabled. My doctors are too busy to write letters over and over again. I am disabled.
Working with Kelsey, she has cerebral palsy, so she has some physical limitations and things like that, but she still tries and she does her very best. I've noticed over the years she tends to have more anxiety attacks, and I feel that a lot of it is from all the regulations and restrictions that the federal government and the state government both have been pushing down on us, and all Kelsey really wants is her friends and her family, because they're her support and her life.
The state asked a nurse to drive 400 miles to see if I was disabled. Then the state asked another nurse to drive 300 miles to my house to ask for my medical records. If I move into a state house, it costs more money. Why do they want me to live in a state house? I want to live at home. I told my mom I need to write to justice. Then my mom and I met the state director. We told her I wanted to live at home. She helped my mom make Kelsey's amendment. I liked her. We had our picture taken. I didn't know what amendment was. Mom said it was good and it would help me live at home and choose my caregivers, even my mom. Deputy Richard wrote an email to my mom and told her that the director moved away. Then Richard said my mom did a good job on Kelsey's amendment. My mom met the President of the United States. He liked Kelsey's amendment and he thanked my mom for it. My mom gets lots of awards for everything she does for people with disabilities. We did what James told us to do. We wrote to Justice in Washington, D.C. I didn't know Justice, but I hoped he would help me. Next, I made a list for the governor. My mom made 500 copies. We drove to Jeff City and handed out all of the copies. After that, my mom met the FBI and told the FBI about the man who was stealing the money. We waited for the FBI to arrest the bad man. The dad who saw the state man stealing the money, he met the FBI too. We called the TV stations and told them about the man stealing the money. Other parents called TV too. The TV said it wasn't news until someone died. The next month, people like me, living in a HAB center, died. After that, a group home burned down and more people went to heaven. I was scared. I wanted to live with my family and friends.
We had one girl that fell off of the porch when she was 2 and sustained severe head injuries. And they kept her locked in a room with no clothes, and there wasn't anything in the room except a bare mattress. And whenever the superintendent would go in, he had to put a mattress in front of her because, quote, she was dangerous.
The governor ordered state hearings after the people died in the HAB Center and group home. I sang at the state hearing. I sang, I want to be a part of your world.
Wish I could be part of my love.
After I sang, the state people said I could live at home with my family, but I had to use strangers to care for me. I didn't want strangers to take care of me, so we called Washington, and they said we could talk at the next disability meeting. My mom talked at the disability meeting and told the people that I wanted to live at home and not have strangers take care of me. My mom told the disability people about the man who was stealing the money. Lisa thanked my mom and gave her a card. I wrote a letter to a senator, and she wrote me back. Then I made a pretty quilt for the senator. It said Democrat all over it. Finally, Medicaid wanted to talk to us about the man who was stealing money. My mom met with Medicaid. She told them everything about the man who was stealing. My mom met with a lady who worked at Sam Graves' office and told her about me wanting to live at home and about the man who was stealing the money. She said she would try to help me. My mom told the auditor man about me living at home and about the man who was stealing the money. My mom met Ian and told him I wanted to live at home and not have strangers take care of me. After that, Ian went away, but my mom said he flew the coop. My mom spoke to the AG and the IG. I don't know the AG or the IG. My mom told them I wanted to live at home and not have strangers take care of me. My mom and me drove to Jefferson City, and we talked to the Capitol people about me living at home and hiring friends and family to take care of me. They gave us their cards and said they would help me. I told my mom to tell the governor that I wanted to live at home and be safe with my caregivers. I told my mom we need to tell the governor about the man who was stealing the money. So my mom put a billboard next to the bridge in Jefferson City. Then someone tore down the billboard so the governor wouldn't see. After waiting 6 years, Justice wrote us back. I was happy. They were going to talk to the state about me so I could live at home and have people who love me take care of me. The state got mad about the justice letter. They called our house. They came to my mom's office. They threatened my mom, my caregivers, and me. One lady called and said she would put me in a board house. I could hear her yelling.
Over the years, she's continued to fight this battle with the government with the Medicaid department and all these different organizations are supposed to be a support to her, which have been not a support.
The state sent my mom to hearings and more hearings. They said they would take everything because of the justice letter. She had to hire attorneys. They were mad at my mom because she told them for 10 years that I wanted to live at home and about the man who was stealing money.
She's continued to, through her whole life, struggle through this process due to the fact that these people that are getting paid from our taxes to help this population have not done their job.
After that, a state doctor sent a letter saying I could sleep at home alone at night. The state took my budget and I lost my caregivers. My mom couldn't work at some of her jobs because she had to take care of me. I miss my caregivers. They're my friends. My mom couldn't pay all my bills because we had no money. I had to stop going to physical therapy. I need a new walker because the wheels broke. My blind eye hurt. My wisdom teeth were sore and I needed new glasses. I was sad and I was scared.
It has drastically hurt her. Her body has broken down quite a bit.
My mom had to pay for my caregivers so she could work. We kept waiting for Cheryl and Frank at Justice to help me. We sent them copies of all my papers. We didn't know that Frank and Cheryl left Justice. I waited for a long, long time for them to investigate. I was sad. Why did they leave and not call me? My mom said she saw the sign at the Capitol on a legislator's desk. She said, "Kelsey, this is why you can't live at home and have friends and family take care of you." The sign on the desk said,
"All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing."
For years, individuals with special needs have never had a platform to complain. They've never had the ability to tell their story. I think with support of their family members and an organized, coordinated program, I think these kids can make their own decisions.
This is the end of my book. Someone, please help me. Love, Kelsey Matt.
Amen. Amen.